Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Regarding the animal denizens of Kaziranga, Manoj stated, "They are my children and I am their mother. I will protect them with my life." In 2019, along with giving Manoj Gogoi the Shiny World Compassion Award to recognize his noble wild animal rescue work, Supreme Master Qinghai also made a loving contribution of $10,000 to his cause. Please continue watching to find out more.
Bonjour means hi in French. Precious viewers, my name is Louis. The people of sparkling Saint-Martin wish that God grants you overflowing joy. Welcome to our program entitled Manoj Gogoi, the Animal Rescuer of Assam. Manoj Gogoi, a Shining World Compassion Award recipient, has rescued over 5,000 different birds, reptiles and mammals in the vicinity of the Kaziranga National Park in the Indian state of Assam. His passion and love for animals have made him a local hero. Manoj was born in 1975, and after finishing secondary school, he worked as a guide in Kaziranga National Park. By the age of 30, he was a professional tour guide, driving a jeep and helping tourists capture photos of the area's animals. During this time, he acquired extensive knowledge of the local fauna. In 2005, he met raptor specialist Dr. Ashok Verma from the Bombay Natural History Society. This encounter became a turning point in his life. Soon discovering he had an affinity with Manoj, Dr. Verma asked the guide to join him during his week-long stay at the park and taught him much about the region's bird species during this period. This provided a window for Mr. Gogoi to discover his own passion for birds. Before finishing his research, Dr. Verma gave him a pair of binoculars as a gift and invited him to visit the Bombay Natural History Society. Mr. Gogoi later took up Dr. Verma's offer and learnt much about birds and wildlife in his 3-month stay in Mumbai. One day in 2007, Manoj witnessed some villagers harming a python. The poor being looked in horrible shape and hurt, with his tongue sticking out and was barely breathing. He was shocked by this cruelty and asked the group if he could take the snake with him. They agreed, and he rushed home and treated him. Then, with permission, he relocated the python to Kaziranga National Park and since then has rescued many snakes on his own. Locals have recognized him for his efforts and contacted Manoj to relocate snakes spotted near their homes. He also aided other wildlife by bringing various injured species to his house and successfully healing them. In 2008, he created the Naturalists for Rehabilitation of Snakes and Birds, NRSB, to rescue and rehabilitate more animals. The non-profit's mission is to stop the degradation of Mother Nature and to conserve, rescue, and provide medical aid to injured wildlife and rehabilitate wild animals, snakes, and birds to build a future in which humans live in harmony with nature. Initially, he recruited 11 young kids from villages near Kaziranga National Park. Eventually, more than 100 youths from the area assisted him in rescuing more than 500 animals. Through this work and naturalist training camps he has held, he has planted benevolent seeds into the hearts of these youngsters and helped in raising their love and respect for all living beings. In 2013, Manoj Gogoi had a chance to meet Kedar Gaur, the director of the Corbett Foundation, an Indian wildlife conservation organization who was visiting Kaziranga. Mr. Gaur became a fan after watching clips of him catching snakes and releasing them into the wild on YouTube. After speaking with him for 2.5 hours concerning Manoj's work, Kedar asked Mr. Gogoi to join the foundation staff and initiate animal rescue efforts in the area. Previously, Manoj used much of his earnings as a resort tour guide to save animals. After becoming part of the foundation, the non-profit paid for his rescue-related expenses. In 2014, in recognition of his fine care for fauna, he was awarded the title Wildlife Warrior by the Corbett Foundation. Regarding the animal denizens of Kaziranga, Manoj stated, "They are my children and I am their mother. I will protect them with my life." He has a tremendous amount of affection for all beings. He works 24 hours a day to aid animals. After he sets a rescuee free into the wild, he becomes emotional and has said of releasing each friend, "I feel pain in my heart each time, of course, but their freedom makes me happy." We will pause now for a constructive message. There is more to share with you when we return. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Manoj Gogoi, the animal rescuer of Assam, on Supreme Master Television. Wildlife protector Manoj once saved a crow chick in Guwahati, a city about 200 kilometers from Kaziranga. A college student found an injured baby crow on the streets of Guwahati. He asked many animal groups to take care of the little one, but received no response. So he turned to Manoj Gogoi for help and was very much surprised that Manoj came right to his home to take the bird. The crow grew up healthy because of his great care and was released into the wild in November 2018. On October 13, 2019, Mr. Gogoi was requested to rescue a snake in his area. The banded krait is very common in Assam. They are highly venomous and their bite is even more dangerous than a cobra's. When he arrived, he saw the snake entangled very tightly in a fishing net. The snake tried to bite the net to escape. He wounded his mouth and the resulting cut became infected. There was no way for the snake to survive without his help. Manoj carefully cut the net without scaring the being. He washed his wound, gave him water, and then released him into the wild. We can see his patience and gentleness through the entire process of saving the snake, which took several hours. In addition, he takes care of animals caught on fences as well as those who fall into wells or injured by cars. He emphasizes it is very important to rescue these animals. Flooding in Assam seriously affects the native wildlife along with the local population. Many animals, like deer, migrate to safer areas and go through villages in the process. Sometimes they enter homes to rest or escape the waters. Mr. Gogoi informs the community on the importance of the animals and provides instructions on how to help without harming them. For those that come into homeowners' backyards, Mr. Gogoi encourages the households to leave the animals be and says, in most cases, they will regain their strength and leave by nightfall. There is no requirement for any involvement by the Forest Department. Since 2005, he has rescued more than 5,000 animals in Kaziranga. In recognition of his efforts in wildlife rescue and rehabilitation, Manoj Gogoi was presented the India Star Passion Award in 2019 for social service environment by the India Star Book of Records. His work is so well known, even a film has been made about it. The Man Who Speaks Nature is a 2018 short documentary about Mr. Gogoi's assistance with Kaziranga's animals that was produced by filmmakers Suchima Kakati and Raktim Hazarika and won awards at 2 European film festivals. Manoj Gogoi personifies dedication and devotion to helping wild animals. Because of his desire to protect them, he encourages people to change their concepts regarding our animal brethren and emphasizes understanding and loving kindness. The gentleman is also very concerned about global warming. He emphasizes that humanity needs to take the blame for polluting the environment and us all to nurture our world. He strongly respects the relationship between humans and nature. In an interview with India's Outlook Traveller magazine, he said, "If God asked me what I wanted for my next life, I would ask for the same thing and work harder towards serving the animals." Mr. Gogoi is really a remarkable human being with a soft heart for animals. Thank you, Manoj Gogoi, and the Naturalist for Rehabilitation of Snakes and Birds for saving animals in Assam. May you and all involved be forever blessed and protected by heaven. In 2019, along with giving Manoj Gogoi the Shiny Wall Compassion Award to recognize his noble wild animal rescue work, Supreme Master Chinghai also made a loving contribution of $10,000 to his cause.
Supreme Master Chinghai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and or any good cause over the years as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children.
For more information about Manoj Gogoi and the Naturalist for Rehabilitation of Snakes and Birds, please visit kaziranganrsb.org. Adorable viewers, it's been a delight to have your company for our program today. Coming up next is the undivided attention and devotion of Bhakti Practice, Part 1 of 6, on Between Master and Disciple, right after Noteworthy News. May God's love be with us always.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.